What's up, boys? Road to Lamborghini, episode 35. We are back. Today I'm going to talk about gratitude and consistency. As I told you, we're making a video every single day, okay? Morning routine is done. Only thing I failed at today was waking up on time because I went to bed way too late because I couldn't be bothered to sleep. Right, let me get into a quick rant about sleep. I don't like sleeping. I don't like temporarily pausing living. I love my life so much. I do not want to sleep. Like, I wish if I could make 90% less money for the rest of my life, but I had to sleep. But I didn't have to sleep. I'd take that offer all day long. Like, I wish I didn't have to sleep. I actually hate sleep. Anyway, so we're going to talk about gratitude and consistency, okay? In life, what happens is, and by the way, actually, before I even get into this, let me just read a quote, and then I'm also going to read the Bible. The Bible passage which I read today. But let me tell you a quote, right, which I heard on Chris Williamson podcast. I think it was Alex Hormozy, right? He said, "You've already achieved goals which you said would make you happy." Okay, you've already achieved goals which you... Was that a voice break? Well, you've already achieved goals which you said would make you happy. Right? That's such a good quote. Because it's so true. All of us have said, like, so for me, right, I was like, I'm going to get to this income goal, and then I'm going to be happy. And then I got to that income goal, and then I wasn't happy, right? Like, I was fulfilled, but I wasn't happy. You always think that the next thing is going to make you happy, right? You always think, like, when I get there, I'm going to be happy. This is why it's so important. The best advice I give to any client isn't a specific system. It's not a specific habit. It's not a specific schedule. It's not a specific, oh, this is a DM script, although we give all of those things. The best advice I always give a client, which I literally spoke to three different clients on one-to-one calls yesterday about, was fall in love with a game. If you fall in love with a game, you're not going to fail. Why would you fail if you don't give up? It's impossible. It's going to work in the end. As long as you keep on going, you have the best systems on the planet if you work with me one-to-one, right? And I'm not trying to sell you guys here, but you have the best systems literally on the planet. I've learned from people making $5 to $10 million a month in the industry, which you guys are going to be in, right? Or my clients are in. I've put all of that, I've used it, I've worked out what was best, I've given it to you guys, daily updates, blah, 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 blah. Every single one of my clients is crushing it. If you just fall in love with a game, you're guaranteed to win. Like, genuinely. Why would you give up on a game you win? Why would you give up on a game you love? Like, let's say you're playing football and you absolutely love football. You absolutely love it, right? Why would you just randomly kick the ball away and stop playing? It's not going to happen. It's the exact same thing in life and in business. Fall in love with a game. Fall in love with the failures. I was talking to someone about this yesterday. And this wasn't even about, by the way, this wasn't, like, I don't really talk about my personal life too much in the sense, like, I like to keep my relationships and with my family and with my fiance, like, to myself, right? Especially not, like, public on a YouTube video. But this wasn't even about my fiance specifically, but I was talking about love yesterday, right? I was talking about relationships because one of the clients was talking about his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And I was saying, what makes a relationship so beautiful is not the holidays. It's not the good times. It's not the time when you get her flowers. It's not the time when you go out and you have an amazing time. The thing that makes the relationship so amazing and so beautiful is that when there's hard times, you get through it together. That's what makes something beautiful. Like, you would not... Think of anyone right now. I want you to actually do this. Think of anyone you have a good relationship with. Anyone. Whether it's your mom, whether it's your dad, whether it's your brother, sister, girlfriend, whatever. Cousin, I don't care. Did that person show up when it got hard, right? Or did that person leave? Did that person disappear? Did that person distance themselves? They stayed there. That's what makes the relationship so beautiful. Because it's so easy to win when things are easy. It's so easy to continue going when things are easy. But if you can just get through the hard times together, then everything is beautiful. Because you got through the hard times, so when the hard times come up again, you know how to get through them. And when the good times happen, of course you know how to get through them. Who doesn't? I don't know a human on the planet who doesn't know how to get through good times. I don't know a human on the planet. Like, what do you mean? Of course it's going to be easy, right? Because it's easy. It's easy times. What happens when it's hard times? Right, I heard Joe Rogan say actually about, and this is about love, right? And this wasn't even like the topic about this video on my mind, but Joe Rogan said, anyone who you want to marry, before you marry them, go on like a 6-month road trip, right? Go on a 6-month road trip or do something very difficult where there's going to be stress, there's going to be lack of sleep, and it's just going to be difficult, right? Or there's going to be like that annoying sensation. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like annoyingness. Like, you know how when you go camping and like you can't sleep and you're trying to move around, Like, I don't know, it's just this annoying sensation. It's like, like I just want to punch a wall. Do you get what I'm saying? You're going to feel that, but you're going to feel it with a person that you say you want to marry. And then you're going to be able to see, do you actually want to marry that person? Right? So that's so important. Like, get through the tough times, right? Like, and that applies in relationships, that applies in business, that applies in everything. The tough times is what makes it beautiful. Life would be so mundane. Imagine life was just like this. Like, imagine everything was just the same. Imagine every day-to-day interaction was the exact same. You know, my mum sometimes says, I wish everyone could be like you, right? Because my mum is literally the best. Like, I say that, and I know everyone says, oh, yeah, my mum's the best in the world. No. My mum is actually the best in the world. Like, there is not a thing I would change. There is not a thing. Like, I love my mum to bits. I'd take a bullet for her any day. Like, there's literally nothing I wouldn't do for my mum, right? Like, I love her so much. She's literally the best mother on the planet, right? But I was saying to her, I said, I wish everyone could be like you, right? I was saying this like maybe a week ago. And she was like, yeah, but wouldn't life be kind of boring, right? That's literally what she said. And I was like, it's true, you know, mum wisdom, right? But it is true. Like, if everyone was the same, life would be boring. If every day was the same, life would be boring. If it was always easy for your business to make money, life would be a little bit boring. You know, like imagine you're just making, like people always talk about passive income, but imagine you're making 10K a month passively without doing any work, and you don't have like a job, or you don't work for yourself. You just do that and you literally do zero work, or you do like 30 minutes a week of work. That's gonna get boring, bro. Like, don't lie to me. Don't sit here and say that's what you want. You don't want that, right? People always talk about a 4-hour work week. Okay, sure, go on, do it. You're gonna be depressed. Like, you don't want to be working 4 hours. What the hell is that? That's not what man was created to do, right? We were created to work. We were created to suffer. Anyway, that's that, right? So, gratitude. You always think the grass is greener on the other side until you step on it. I'm pretty sure that's a song as well, or it comes from a song. But it's very, 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 very true, right? Like, I genuinely thought after I finished college, everything was going to feel perfect. Everything felt perfect for maybe like a couple months, and then everything was like a little bit, and now I'm getting a routine back in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does feel amazing. Like, genuinely, I'm glad I finished college, but I'm also not, because I wish I could go back in a way and just experience for another couple months, because the memories, the people I was around, it, like, every chapter, every season has a reason, right? That's a very important thing. Every season has a reason in your life. So that's that. And then consistency, man. Consistency is everything. Like, for me, it would have been easy because I slept in, right? It would have been easy for me to be like right now, it's literally, what is it? It's literally 10:15. Right now, I've already done a tiny bit of work and I've done the morning routine, but I only woke up at like 9 because I got to bed at like 1:30 or 1, right? Which is stupid. It's completely stupid. I'm going to fix it. And it already is fixed because at least I didn't sleep till like 11, because then my sleep schedule would be so messed up, right? But now I'm going to get tired before like 9-10 p.m. and then I'll be able to fall asleep hopefully at like 11, right? Maybe even before then, and then get a good 8-9 hours sleep. So anyway, consistency is the most important thing. It would have been easy for me to be like, well, I woke up late, so now I'm just going to get on with work instead of doing the morning routine. Had I done that, that's just cope, right? You saying, oh, I don't have time for a 20-minute morning routine is absolute cope. Like, of course you do. Tell me, do you waste 20 minutes a day? Yes, you do. So stop making excuses. When you start your morning right, I'm telling you, the rest of your day is so good. Like, I used to be one of those guys as well, where I had a portion of my life where I was like, no, morning routines are gay. Like, why don't you just get straight to work? Bro, you're not going to be as focused. Like, what do you mean? You're actually telling me you don't have 20 minutes to just do some meditation, do some journaling, write some things you're grateful for, actually not be an ungrateful brat, right? And actually feel blessed, because you feel way more blessed when you write the things down and you realize, for example, I'll read out a couple of things which I write down. I'm so blessed to make a living by changing lives. I'm so blessed to move freely and be healthy. I'm so blessed to have Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, blah, 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 blah. You write down all of these things and you actually feel more blessed, right? And then what happens as well is the notebook looks sick, because you go on the notebook and like you can literally see your journaling. You can literally see the whole journey. So when I have the Lamborghini, I can be like someone says, oh, it was luck. Really? Have a look at this, bro. Like, have a look at every single day. Have a look at me literally writing down about my struggles. Have a look at me writing down about how I'm a massive overthinker and how I literally overthink every interaction and how I overthink everything. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this, bro. This is all the doubts that I had. Yeah. Call me lucky. You know, that's why it's so important to journal as well. And also, it's just good to reflect on. So anyway, let's get into, and also you forget stuff naturally through time. Whereas if you journal about the most important stuff, you're not going to forget that stuff. Also, side note, boys, actually, I forgot to even mention, I was going to mention this. I said maybe 3 months ago on a YouTube video about I was so blessed. So it was in Christmas. Yeah, so it was Christmas 2024. So last year, right? I said I was so blessed to be in a position where I was able to give my grandma and granddad money to buy a new car because they wanted a new car, right? But in Slovakia, you just earn, by the way, I'm half Slovak. So in Slovakia, you just all earn like horrible wages. Like when I say horrible wages, it is disgraceful, especially like once you're retired, right? Like way worse than the UK. It's messed up, bro. It's actually messed up. But anyway, I was able to give them enough money to buy it. And yesterday they bought it, and today I got a picture sent of it. So we got our granddad a new whip. Let's go. It's actually nice. I actually like it. I mean, it's not expensive because they didn't want any expensive. I said, you can buy some nice if you want. And they're like, no, we don't want it, blah, blah, blah. But they like legit don't want it. They're not just saying it as like, I don't want you to spend much money. They literally don't care about cars. They just want something that works. Something that gets them from point A to point B, which is fair enough because he's like 70 years old anyway. But yeah, that's the best feeling, bro. Best feeling on the planet, giving back to your family, giving back to the people you love. Best feeling on the planet. Like I'm not going to mention this until I've actually done it because it's a surprise for my mum, right? A late birthday present for her as well. But it's just a blessing to be able to give back. Like genuinely, it is such a blessing. Okay, where were we? Commands fully. Okay, here we go. Okay. Name Father and Son of the Holy Spirit. Amen. The wisest of women built her house, right? This is Proverbs 14. But folly with her own... I'm just making sure it doesn't turn off. But folly with her own hands teareth it down. Whoever walks in uprightness fears the Lord, but he who is devious in his ways despises him. By the mouth of a fool comes a rod for his back, but the lips of the wise will preserve them. The lips of the wise will preserve them. That's cold. Where there are no oxen, the mangan is clear, but abundant crops come by the strength of the ox. A faithful witness does not lie, but a false witness breathes out lies. Oh. A scoffer seeks wisdom in vain, but knowledge is easy for a man of understanding. Knowledge is easy for a man of understanding. Are you hearing the source? Right, write these things down. Leave the presence of a fool, for there you do not meet words of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to discern his way, but the folly of fools is deceiving. Fools mock at the guilt offering, but the upright enjoy acceptance. The heart knows its bitterness, and no stranger shares its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will flourish. There is a way that seems right to man, but its end is the way to death. Boom! One more time. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Even in laughter the heart may ache, and the end of joy may be grief. The backslider in heart will be filled with the fruit of his ways, and a good man will be filled with the fruit of his ways. The simple believes everything, but the prudent gives thought to his steps. One who is wise is cautious and turns away from evil, but a fool is reckless and careless. A man of quick temper acts foolishly, and a man of evil devices is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow down before the good, the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is disliked even by his neighbor, but the rich has many friends. Whoever despises his neighbor is a sinner, but blessed is he who is generous to the poor. Do they not go astray to devise evil? Those who devise good meet steadfast love and faithfulness. In all toil there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. In all toil there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their wealth, but the folly of fools brings folly. A truthful witness saves lives, but one who breathes out lies is deceitful. In the fear of the Lord one has strong confidence, and his children will have a refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, that one may turn away from the snares of the deaf. In a multitude of people is the glory of a king, but without people a prince is ruined. Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. A tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bones rot. Oh! A tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bones rot. The bones rot. Whoever oppresses a poor man insults his maker, but he who is generous to the needy honors him. The wicked is overthrown through his evil doing, but the righteous finds refuge in his death. Wisdom rests in the heart of the man understanding. in the heart of a man of understanding, but it makes itself known even in the midst of fools. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. A servant who deals wisely has the king's favor, but his wrath falls on one who acts shamefully. But bro, Proverbs, King Solomon, oh my gosh. I mean, he literally asked God for wisdom, but the amount of wisdom is actually insane. Like, it's actually insane. Like, I've never read a book that's even like 0.1% as wise, and you get as much like deep full wisdom, right? Anyway, that's all for today, boys. So gratitude and consistency, 2 traits you have to adapt in order to be successful. I was going to say in order to get a Lamborghini, but this is just called Road to Lamborghini because that's what I want. But whatever you want, like in order to have success, in order to live an amazing life, you have to be grateful constantly and you have to be consistent. Consistent is such a key trait. Like that extra 20% of consistency, if you give that extra 20%, you'll get like literally, I'm not even joking, like 1,000 X results. That's not an exaggeration. Because like everyone can work hard to a certain point. Everyone can work smart to a certain point. It's that extra 20% which gives so much more results. It's Pareto's rule, right? The 80-20 rule. 20% of the work gets 80% of the results. 80% of work gets 20% of the results. So it's that extra mile that you go every single day. Right, that's what's going to compound. You know, that extra morning routine. Like me making this and doing this morning routine and me making this video daily is going to be a huge factor of me becoming a millionaire. And it doesn't take that long. It takes less than 20 minutes. You know, so like genuinely do that extra bit of work. I'm telling you, it's going to get such like bigger results. But anyway, if you want to work with me one-to-one, link in description for my Instagram. Let's crush it. Let's have an amazing day. And I'll see you boys tomorrow.